Alright, lovely people, we are back, and today we're going to be working through a few more of these puzzles on chess.com. For those who have the membership, this is truly a spectacular feature. Definitely something I'd recommend to all beginners, something that I'd really advise them to do very regularly. Tactics are, after all, non-negotiable. So the tactics that we'll be looking at today are the following: clear and sacrifice, decoy deflection tactics, discovered attacks, discovered checks, double checks, interference tactics, mate in 1, mate in 2, and mate in freeze. Now, I'm going to give you a brief little rundown of each of these tactics. So clear and sacrifices are tactics where we move a particular piece off a square in order that another attacking piece can come along and establish itself onto that square. We can do this for a number of reasons. It might be to establish a strong outpost, right? Maybe an octopus knight in the middle of the board. Alternatively, it could be a wooden shield of some kind, so something along those lines, maybe more positional in nature. Alternatively, it can have a very concrete tactical plan to it. So that's that. Then we've got discovered attacks and discovered checks. Discovered attacks are tactics where we move a particular piece, and a piece behind it reveals an attack onto a target further along. This was previously blocked by the intermediary piece, but because it's moved, the attack is thus revealed. Discovered check is a subset of discovered attacks. It's simply a tactic where the piece that we move results in an attack being revealed onto the king, hence the discovered check. Then we have double checks. So double checks are one of the most ferocious and unforgiving tactics in the whole of chess. They're a tactic where you move a certain attacking piece so that it checks the king, but at the same time it's moved off a line, maybe a bishop's line of sight, so that the bishop is also attacking the king. Basically, you move a piece, revealing a check onto the king, but also checking the king with the piece we've moved. That's a double check. And the reason why it's so ferocious and why it's also so problematic is because we are forced to move the king. Sometimes you're able to capture one of the attacking pieces, other times you aren't able to. So it can be dangerous. So that's that. Then of course we've got some interference tactics and mate in 1, 2, and 3. So interference tactics are one of the lesser known tactics, especially for beginners, but they are quite important. They don't arise as often, I don't think, at least not in my experience. Essentially, they are tactics where we move a certain piece between the enemy piece and its target, thus protecting our target piece. And it can have lots of tactical significance. We can do this in quite a few different situations, as we will see. The mating tactics, those are quite straightforward. We all know what they mean, but for the sake of the beginner, it's basically a forcing sequence which results in the king having no legal moves, which we call checkmate, and being attacked, right? Cool, so let's hop right in. So what do we have going on here? Well, first thing I'm noticing is that the queen is on the same line as my queen, meaning that if I had a discovered check of some kind, that could potentially be interesting. Black to move in this position. So let's have a think about this. Black to move in this position. What if we play something like a6, pawn a6? Then he can play bishop to c4, which is okay, but then I'll have to be able to play like bishop e6 and suddenly I'm defending. So maybe not. Let's see, do we have anything else? What about something like... Ooh, hold on a second, what about knight? No, knight f4 doesn't work. Knight e3 doesn't work, the queen just captures in either case. What about knight to c7, attacking the bishop, hitting the queen? Knight to c7 is very interesting, because we hit the bishop, but also, once queen takes queen, I take back my rook, and I'm also eyeing the knight, which is also unguarded. So, that is very interesting. I think that's the move. I don't see what they can do. Can they potentially defend both? No, either way, even if they could defend, which they can do, so this is interesting. They could go, for example, queen to b4, but it doesn't help because the queen is overloaded. And so we can capture the bishop, for example, the queen takes, and then we take the knight for free. Okay, so they decide to play this move, which is fine, but I can simply take the bishop, they take, and then I take the knight for free. So we'll take we take the knight for free. Lovely. Let's keep going. Okay, it's white to move in this position. Let's see. Well, first thing I'm noticing is that the king really doesn't seem to have too many legal moves, right? The pawns are doing a very good job of the king in, right? The g5 square, f5 square, they're all covered. King can't come forward, so really king can only go to the right. If I were to play a move like queen to d7, he could play like f5 potentially. Takes, I could play check with my pawn on h3. King moves to the side, check him again. He pushes, and that would be checkmate. Do we have a faster way of doing that? Maybe like straight away. Let's think about h3 straight away. h3 straight away, king is forced to go, well, to he could go to h5, he could go to h5. Maybe we check him first, because if he goes to h5, then we have a mate on h3 with the queen. Check him first. Where does he go? Takes, check, then the king goes back. I check him. He goes, it's tough, not obvious. Ooh, I do like the queen check. Do really like the queen check. But he's threatening a checkmate, so this has to be a forcing sequence, right? He's threatening a checkmate on g1, so I have to act now. Let's think about h3. What does he play? Suppose he goes to h4. He can either go to h4 or he can go to h5. Those are the only two legal moves. If he goes to h4, I have check with the queen. He can't block because I can take either way, right? If he blocks with f6 or he blocks with g5, I can take. In fact, he'll have to go up to h5 and then his checkmate on g5. So cool. That means that he's forced to go to h5. So h5 straight away. Let's think about this. So check with the pawn, h5. My only check, well, I have a couple of checks. I have check on 5 or d5. Probably e5 is better. Let's consider this. e5 check. He goes to h6. I can check him again. On g5, king goes to g7 and he's escaping. I can check him again, and then maybe I have a draw, but yeah, I don't want to draw, we want to win, so maybe check, fine. Then I think queen to d7 is the critical move, because he can't go to h5, right? So he's gonna have to go to h4. Okay, h4, check on e7, then what? He can't block, he has to go up in his mace, so it's gotta be this. Yes, cool. Okay, so there's this move, right? Did I not calculate this? I don't think okay, I can't take, so it's gotta be check. Yes, right, so he has to be, but if I check him now, he's going to go to h5. Huh. It has to be a check. It has to be h3 check. He goes to h5 and I don't have any more. I've got, of course, I still have the check on h7. Right. Of course, that makes sense. Check here. And that's going to be a checkmate, drink your latte. Lovely. That was a tricky one. Lots to calculate there. Okay, white to move. Well, this is okay, fine. Interference. Yes, interference, right? What is he going to play? Let's say I go rook c5. He plays what? He's probably going to go pawn up, right? Yeah, g6. What then? Don't really. We play. Hold on. Why don't we play check first? Yeah, with the rook, of course. Check with the rook, because even though the queen is pinned to, this is actually very interesting. The queen is pinned to the king, right? And so even though it can't actually capture back where the king able to take the rook, it's still performing its defensive role. So it's one of those very interesting cases where if the king could actually capture the rook, the goal of chess was to capture the king, you wouldn't be able to hit. Let's say I took on g7 and the king were to take, right? That was possible. The queen cannot capture the king, right? So you might be confused, like, why can't I take? It's because the queen still sees that square, so the king can't move onto it. So yeah, interesting. So we will be playing this check, of course. And now we have kind of a windmill tactic, right? Actually, no, sorry, this is just checkmate. What am I saying? Any square would work here. In fact, I can literally sack my rook here. Doesn't matter, right? It's just check. No, but he gets to move. Oh, hold on a second. He gets to push the pawn, right? Oh, not if we play this move though. Hold on a second. Yeah, we've got to play check like this. Okay, interesting. We've got to play check like this. What? Really? Okay. I did not expect. Oh, because my god, the queen is hanging. Oh, yes, of course. So instead, here I play the interference move. No? Oh, god. Goodness me, what am I doing? Oh my god, that's crazy. Really? Wow. Wow. Okay. Lovely. Have to say, that was a lovely sequence. Rook sack, deflecting the king, and then checkmate. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Okay, white to move. Okay, definitely want to get my queen to h6. The problem is if I play queen h6, he's going to simply take my f-pawn, which I don't like. Oh, which is why we sacrifice the rook. Is that what we do here? We sack the rook. d6, deflecting the queen away from seeing the pawn. Yeah, deflect the queen off the line of sight of the pawn. Then we play queen h6, and I don't think there's any way of preventing the checkmate. yeah, just gonna have to checkmate, and I take back, and it's chilling. Cool. Lovely move, my lord. My. And he's just too late. Black to move, eh? So obviously I can take the rook. Knight takes, then what? Okay. Then queen c2. That the idea? Fork. Then queen can defend. Okay, rook takes. We take his rook. Knight has to take. Then I play queen c2, which is a fork. Queen has to go onto the b file and defend, right? Okay, for the rook. But then we have an interference. Move with like bishop b4. Yeah, b4. Because then if bishop takes, I can take with check, and then I'm winning the bishop back. So yeah, we'll be up a piece. Okay, so that's the move. Just need to be careful. There's no like back rank stuff. There isn't. And also you need to be wary that once I play h7, there's no like with bishop d3, which there isn't because the bishop is undefended. No, the bishop is defended by the queen, but I have my knight always looking out for that square. So cool, we can play this move. He plays that, which I did expect. But now we have this critical move. Yep, checks me. I go here, he grabs my knight, but then I can just go check. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, go check first, he blocks, and then I take the bishop for free. There we go. So look at this. Black to move, eh? Okay, I have rook h1 check, he has to go up. Then I have rook check. Ooh, interesting. Rook check on c1. It would be mate if I was covering the b3 square, which I can cover that square. So, okay, win the knight at least. So we go here. Now what? Check. Now what? Do I just take the knight? I take the knight, the bishop hangs. So what then? Check like this? Yeah, lines. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Black to move in this position. Just a ladder mate. Let's think about this. Rook c3. Obviously, I can't really block the queen. So rook c3, she takes my pawn. Queen b4. He has to block with the queen. Then I can play like c4 and we're just winning. So go for that. Oh my god, really? It's not that. That's because it's probably this move instead, right? Yeah, it is. And then we have this move, and this is much more forcing, I suppose. Yes, that makes sense. And then this move, and then maybe this move or this move. No, this move, and he. God. Okay, think about this. Let me check. Oh, hold on. If I check him on f3, then what? Bishop has to block. Then we go g6 check. King goes down. But then it's tough. Oh, to f8 checkmate regulate. Lovely. Check there. Lovely. That was a lovely little sequence. Okay, to move in this position. Interesting. What about rook d8? That looks like a gangster move. That looks like a crazy move. Rook d8. That's my immediate instinct. So, okay, knight takes then is very straightforward. We simply play queen g7 checkmate. If, on the other hand, he play rook takes, then what? Then we have f7 check. We take on f6 with check. He has to go king g8. Or you could block with the... No, but then he's checkmated. So he has to go king g8. I can't take the rook. No, I take the knight with check again. Okay. He has to go... Where he goes, he's getting checkmated there. So that's looking really nice. What does the queen have? The queen has a check on c1. I go to h2. Let's think about this for a second. So we have to just be wary of the queen check. So queen c1 check. I then go king h2. Queen then comes back to f4 for another check. I then go to maybe h3. There's no checkmate. So it is a little bit scary, but there is no checkmate and there's no further checks. There is obviously the check on so g5 check, but then I simply take, and I don't think there's anything else. So we will go for this. Yep, that is the move. We don't want to come forward, we want to go back. Okay, I did not see that. Okay, I don't want to deal with this. g3, king up, and I get hit with like f4, which I don't think I want to allow. Like f4 is a bit of a problem. Not necessarily, I can just go to g4, but it's tricky. Ooh, then what if the queen takes my rook? If the queen takes my rook, my attack is finished, no? Oh, what am I doing? I can take the queen. I have to take the queen. Otherwise, I'm lost. So, we take the queen. Knight takes, then what? I want to take the queen. So, I'll take the queen. But then what? What's the idea? Oh, of course, it's just checkmate. Oh my god. Wow, okay. That was so interesting. Black to move in this position. Well, I'm noticing this check straight off the bat. That's not just checkmate. No, it's not checkmate. There's also this check here. He has to go there. Check with the bishop on e6. He's gonna have to go like a3. Yeah. Thinking queen c4. Check. Where did the king go? He has to go to b2, but then hold on. The queen takes on b4, and that's just checkmate. So we will go for this. Check. Check. We go. Back to move. It's just interesting. Okay. Well, I have to check with the bishop. Hold on a second. Check on h3 with the bishop, and then what indeed? If he goes to like g1, for example, then I have. Oh, I don't have knight to g3. Huh. Okay. The with taking the bishop is that after rook takes, I take back. He takes with his rook, and then I take back, and he's winning my queen. Right. So there is that, unfortunately. Okay. So it's got to be this check. Yeah. This move. Oh my god, do I have a rook sack here? Wait, do I have a queen sack? Oh my, I do indeed. That's craziness. Lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly. Let's keep going. White to move in this position. Alright, okay. Well, I mean, first, I'm seeing like maybe this g5 square, possibly. Yeah, maybe bishop c5? Sorry, maybe bishop g5. If bishop takes, I take on my knight with check. You see? So yeah, there's some potential there for sure. I'll go here. Yeah. Wait, do we even take, or do we just give him a double check or something? Suddenly dangerous for him. I have knight to f6. Double check. Where does the king go? King has to move. If he goes to f8, it's knight to d7. That's not really smothered mate, but I can checkmate. Alternatively, if he goes to the other side, then it's queen to e8 checkmate. My god, that's craziness. Oh my goodness. Lovely little move. Lovely. Alright, cool. I think we'll call it there. Had a lot of fun. I'm really, really, really enjoying these puzzles. I feel like it's definitely a big help. You know, really honing my tactical awareness. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. If you're gaining something from these videos and you'd like to see more content like this, please do make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really would go a very long way. But yeah, cheerio.